I am so confused regarding my F29 husband's M32 reaction to me going away for 4 weeks. I'm F29 and he's M32. We've been married for like nearly 7 years and have no kids. We've been going through a rough patch lately and due to a lot of ongoing issues with reasoning regarding things. I'm really considering divorce. We have no history of trust issues or disloyalty. More like compatibility problems. Well, we're not divorced yet and are still living our day-to-day lives while painstakingly still figuring this situation out. I got a nice unique job opportunity abroad that will span over 4 weeks. Everything is paid for and the money is great. Worth mentioning, I've been waiting for an opportunity like this for a long time, and especially in this region of the world. My female best friend will also be there. So it's once in a lifetime thing. Now to the problem. My husband thinks 4 weeks is too long, and is not okay with it. He's asking me to check if I can do 2 weeks instead. I keep asking him to give me a reason for this, to which he would simply say, "It's too long." On point of pressing him, he kind of blurted out, "It's too risky. It's not safe." I responded to this saying, "What makes you think the first 2 weeks are going to be safe then? Why are you drawing the line at 2 weeks?" To which he doesn't properly respond to. He resorts to saying, "There are other men like me out there who would think the same. I mean, I'm not even okay with you traveling on this job to begin with. So I feel you should be somewhat grateful I'm saying 2 weeks." He's claiming that that is his compromise and that he is being supportive. But not for the entirety of the period. This is crazy to me. The job is 4 weeks? Why on earth would I go for 2 weeks because my husband can't respect nor accept that I want to do the 4 weeks? What is this reasoning? It's incredibly unfair and not supportive at all. I've spoken gently to him about this and told him that we're married and this is not how two married people reaches decisions. He keeps saying 4 weeks is too long. Is it? What am I missing here? I'm an incredibly ambitious woman that want to travel for work before I have kids. The job isn't some crazy job. It's an institution job. It doesn't sit right me with the whole suggesting, take or leave it 2 weeks. I feel like I'm being gaslit regarding him being supportive. Is this really what healthy support looks like? I'm so confused. Why can't he just be happy for me and be more easygoing? This isn't right. I feel like a daughter more so than a wife in all this. Any input? He thinks you're going to bang someone else because you're on the verge of divorce. He sees this as an opportunity for you to see what life could be like without him and thinks you'll be swayed by the atmosphere and people, and one way or another he's going to lose you for good. Is there a possibility for him to visit? Maybe a break together even while you're working? Or potentially at the end? Would do some good? I'm clutching at straws with the last part, but he's worried and he's panicking. I used to do a lot of business travel. Much of it long trips. I did a 6-week trip one time. Not long after getting married. My husband came to visit for a week in the middle of it. Because I was working. He ventured around by himself and he loved it. Tell your husband he is welcome to do the same. If you want him to. That is. If you don't want him to come. Then tell him that 4 weeks is a good amount of time to determine whether you miss each other and want to continue your relationship. I think he probably realizes that 4 weeks away will make you realize how unhappy you are at home. And that you might not come back. Or if you do come back, it might be just to end things. Tell him you don't dictate his work schedule or obligations. So he doesn't get to dictate yours. Remind him this isn't a girls' trip or a vacation. It's for a career and you aren't okay with him trying to interfere with your career. There's a lot of classic manipulation tactics here. Being wishy-washy about laying out his actual concerns. alluding to a lot of vague terms like not safe and whatever, alluding to how others would also be concerned, and other unverifiable things like that. Unless he can actually lay out his concerns, all of this is just emotional plays and posturing. Like, what is it he is scared of? You being kidnapped or something? Let's be real. Given the nature of your dynamic, it is more likely about cheating. Right? I feel like the elephant in the room is that things aren't going well, and yet all of a sudden he is super clingy. It just doesn't really add up. So press him. Say that compromise is important, but as communication. And that compromise undertaken without being given good reasons isn't compromise at all. It is just obedience. Nothing can hope to be resolved until he explains what his actual issue is, and as an adult, given an extremely good opportunity, if you give it up just to humor him, at best you'd resent him for the remainder of your dynamic anyway. Your marriage is already on shaky grounds, and now you're leaving for a month. He expects that the marriage won't survive your departure. The fact that this isn't something you guys can come to an understanding on indicates he is probably right. As for why 2 weeks, it's a compromise between your 4 weeks and his desired 0 weeks. Regardless of whether anyone actually cheats or files for divorce during those 4 weeks, the simple truth is that you both will get very used to not having each other around. You're already not getting along. After 4 weeks on your own, you'll find living together again especially annoying. So, the short answer is that he believes your 4-week trip will be the final nail in the coffin of your marriage. And he's probably right. It's up to you whether you actually want the coffin nailed shut or not. You'll always be known as the girl who didn't go to Paris. Don't be LC. Partial support isn't him being supportive. The job is 4 weeks, not 2. You were offered a 4-week job. Not, well, you can work for 4 weeks if you want to. Hardly. Demanding this 2 weeks is him sabotaging your work dream. If he wants some kind of compromise because he'll miss you, why not tell him to ail some arrangements to come see you during the last week you're working? You guys could stay on a few days for fun. Take the job and continue moving toward divorce. Dude is making a Hail Mary pass to lock you down. You'll still get divorced but have missed out on a great opportunity. I dunno. First of all, the way he's talking to you, there other me like him that would feel the same. You should be grateful for 2 weeks. You're going away for work, not spring break. This isn't what healthy support looks like at all. I can't imagine saying I'm going on a work trip and my husband saying I'm not, or telling me how long the job needs to be, or thinking he's giving me permission. Especially before we had kids. I would also address how he's talking to you. He is scared you are going to cheat on him. I vote that he is trying to sabotage your opportunity. He sees the relationship slipping away and is trying to maintain his own version of control over the situation. Like some others said, he fears that you won't miss him while you are gone. And perhaps you will come to the realization that you are better off without him. Tell him that it is a great career opportunity and that you are going. Don't ask for his permission. On a separate note, I wasn't clear whether or not you wanted to work on your marital issues or you were just ready to throw in the towel. In either case, the trip will give you time to focus on something else for a short time. Then address how you feel about the marriage when you get back. He's being ridiculous and insecure. Go on your work thing. Hey honey, I realize this work trip isn't good timing considering where we are in our relationship. Thank you for seeing how important my career is to me, and therefore to us. If you're worried this is me pulling away early, please believe it's not. In fact, I think it's a good idea to use this time as an advantage. An opportunity. A few weeks away will hopefully make our hearts grow fonder. I'd like to miss you. I want you to miss me. Let's see if that happens. Halfway through the trip, can you come visit me? It will be like a getaway. We can have fun together again. I think this can do a lot of good for our marriage. You are allowed to tell him to take it or leave it too. You want the 4 weeks. You'll be thankful after and try to have focused attention on your return. Or he can be an ass and get nothing when you return. He's being thoroughly unreasonable. I am married, with kids, and my husband travels for work all the time. He has done stints up to a month before. Your husband has some serious trust issues, and is considering the possibility of either you cheating, if he is not there to watch you, or him being tempted to cheat. There's not really any other logical reason. It's not like you are dropping off the face of the earth. You can chat, text, FaceTime every day. It's codependency or control. Neither is healthy. This has me confused too. His reasons aren't legit reasons. I think there's something else going on in his mind. But if he won't talk to you seriously about it, then that's on him. I would tell him that if he can't give you a good, legitimate reason to stay, then you're going. Do not miss out on an amazing opportunity over half-baked logic. He sounds insecure, but I have no idea what's causing it. That the job, trip, tell your bestie can't wait to see you and never look back. You guys should just end it amicably. I think you just need to accept that this is the end of your relationship. Simple as that.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.